Yeah. Senator, I want to go back to the Trump tapes with the conversations with Bob Woodward, because a lot of people would call on a president to resign for a lot less. So I ask you to speak directly to your Republican counterparts. I mean, we had Senator John Kennedy on the air somewhere yesterday calling this a gotcha book, and he's not reading it.
Wait, you know what I say to my Republican colleagues, Mika? I'm sorry. I'm so aggravated. Where the hell are you? This is a national crisis. This man lies about everything. We found out he's lying about Russian interference, the sacredness of our elections, and they are mum. Where are they at this time of national crisis? I saw Joe Madison on your show earlier. Difference between Nixon and Trump? You had a Republican Senate who had some senators who had some degree of courage. We have seen none of that, and McConnell as leader sets an awful example. As I said, he is totally cynical now, totally political. People need help. They're losing their jobs. They're losing money. They're losing their homes. They can't feed their kids. No more school lunches are going to the kids who are stuck home, and he plays this political game. Meet us in the middle. We'll compromise. Come on.
But even on speaking out about lying to the American people, your Republican counterparts are literally mute. Those that do speak out on TV say they won't look at it or call it say it's the media when it was Trump's words.
Of course.
And Trump's supporters in the media, and there are many, especially on Fox, they have examples like, well, he didn't want people to panic, or it's Lindsey Graham's fault because he set up the interviews.
Yeah.
To your Republican counterparts, what should they be doing right now?
They should be condemning Trump. They should be telling him to speak the truth. And they should be telling people in that administration to stop going along with this liar, because his lies are having awful consequences for America. They are showing no courage, no strength. History is going to record this as a dark moment for the Republican Senate, where you had a president who did this and they just bowed down in obeisance. They're scared to death of him because they know he's vindictive, and frankly, he has a base in each of their states. And if the base goes away, the base isn't enough to get him elected. That's why they're in such a pickle. They need to move to the middle, and they can't. But that base, whenever there's any deviation from Trump, led by all these news media people who don't tell them the truth either, say, we're going to get you if you have one bit of deviation from Trump.
But might you, Senator, explain to them that he's killing his base? He's actually killing his base by inviting them to Tulsa to sit squished together in a huge building where they're all breathing all over each other, and they're squished together. They're not allowed to socially distance, and the COVID numbers shot up. There was rally after rally after rally where the base shows up, and this president is killing the base by not giving them the information they need on this virus, by calling it a hoax, by making fun of wearing masks. I mean, at this point, the campaign, we all saw, made people click on a legal waiver. If you die, you can't sue us. At what point are your Republican counterparts going to explain to the base that it is not worth this?
I would have hoped a long time ago, but they have shown zero courage. They are cover-up artists for President Trump. And I say two things about what you said about Trump and his base. First, he doesn't care about anyone but himself. You could have been the loyalist Trump supporter for years, and if he thinks it serves his momentary egotistical interest to throw you under the bus, to trash you, to hurt you, to even harm you with illness, he'll do it. But second, Trump is in his... Right, but Trump is in his own bubble. He doesn't even know what's good for him because he lies to himself. That's the problem here. So even though it hurts his base, he'll say, well, it didn't hurt him. Even though a big, robust bill that we're trying to get would actually benefit him, he doesn't even get that and understand it because he just follows what the stock market does and not what actually happens to people. He's only concerned about himself, and his lack of truth has put him in a bubble. He's gotten away with it, as you point out, for far too long, but this COVID crisis is too big, even for his lies, even for his deception, even for his tactics of trying to divert attention. Look, he tried to divert attention yesterday. They called that emergency press conference on the Supreme Court. He thought that would take the Woodward book off the front pages and off the news. Well, it was buried on page 20-something. Didn't work. This is too big.
Senator, before we let you go,
Yes.
as we talk about this national trauma, tomorrow, September 11th, marks the 19th anniversary. Hard to believe it's been 19 years. We've been so consumed by coronavirus and everything else in the country, it sneaks up on you. You know, firefighters and first responders still dying every day, it seems, from 9/11 related illnesses. Soon the number who die from that will surpass the number who died on that terrible day. What are your thoughts here as we approach the 19th anniversary of the day that shook your state?
Oh, I think of the firefighters I knew and who've lost their lives both on that day and later, the police officers and the other brave citizens. I think of that every day. You know, I look out my window in Brooklyn. We live in an apartment. We're not on the water, but we're close enough you can see the harbor. And every day I look out that window and I see the Freedom Tower, but no Twin Towers. And I think of the people who were lost, a guy I played basketball with in high school, a businessman who helped me on the way up, a firefighter. I used to go around the city with him asking people to donate blood. He was such a good man, Stackpole. I think of them all the time, and I'll be thinking of them tomorrow. I'll be there tomorrow.
Senate Minority Leader Senator Chuck Schumer, thank you very much for being on the show this morning.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
up next, thank you. Thick smoke from wildfires turns the sky around San Francisco Bay bright orange. The latest on hundreds of acres of land on fire along the West Coast. Keep it right here on Morning Joe.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.